Yo, Lena here, checking in with a faith booster from the streets. I'm on a bike today. We're gonna see how I can multitask this faith booster. I want to talk to you about what not to do when God delays. Sometimes God makes a promise, but he doesn't show up in the time that you and I think he should show up, okay? So I remember being a youngster in my 20s, reading Isaiah 64:4. It said this: "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard nor perceived by the ear, nor has the eye seen any God besides you who acts for those who wait for him." I remember feeling like, man, if I just wait on God, eventually he's gonna come through with all these promises. But I don't know if you remember Abraham and Sarah. They were this couple. God promised they were going to get a son, and years into it, they got tired of it. And from his life, you can pick up two things that we are not to do when we get tired of waiting. The first thing, don't try to take matters in your own hands. See, we see God's promise, and we're so convinced that God wants to do something in our life, but we go about trying to fix it in our own ways. Enter Hagar. Remember what Abraham did? He and Sarah got Hagar and tried to have a child, and they did Ishmael, and it was a mess, a family mess. So don't try to do that. Let God work things out in his own timing. It will work out better for you, and God is a God who keeps his promises. Number two, don't mock God's promises. Because we're so nervous, like maybe I didn't hear God correctly, and because we become so afraid, like Sarah, she was in the tent when the Lord showed up to Abraham and he said to him, again, you're going to have a son. She was eavesdropping, and you know what? She started laughing. She mocked the promise because she just couldn't believe that God would still keep his promise and his word to this couple. But God did. They had a son. His name is Isaac, and they waited 25 years for him. So I don't know how long you've been waiting, but don't mock God. Don't mock his promises, and don't try to take matters in your own hands. He'll do it in his timing. Hey, if you love this faith booster, if you're excited that I can take my hands off, okay, not quite, but almost, and like it, share a comment. Here's what I'd love to hear from you. Tell me what you'd like me to do a faith booster on. Can you do that? Leave a comment. Tell me this is what I'd love you to do a faith booster on, and I'm in. So share this with your friends. Love you guys. Catch you next time.